Viewers, and welcome to Vibrant Morning here in BTV. Now Vibrant Morning brings you newspaper review, and especially on People Daily newspaper, but apart from that we also give you other headlines from different newspapers across the Republic of Kenya and East Africa. If we are able to get some that are from Uganda, Tanzania, we will also bring to you all that. Keep tuned to BTV. Welcome. Remember, you can follow us on YouTube, that is BTV Kenya. You can also follow us on Facebook page Blackman TV. You can also follow us on Instagram and TikTok, BTV Kenya. Remember, your feedbacks and comments are very, very important, as they help us to know where we are reaching from, as well as how to improve the services that we bring to you. BTV, your home live TV, this morning has a lot in store. Let me take this opportunity to welcome my co-host Lennox Odede. I'm Gagi Isaiah taking you through this, and Lennox Odede is here with us. Lennox, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Thank you so much this morning. I want you to at least say hi to our viewers. You said hi to me. Our viewers have not had hi from you.
Hi, our dear and lovely viewers. We welcome to the best show in Eastern Central Africa.
Okay.
In Eastern and Central Africa, not Eastern and Central Africa. This is the best morning show that keeps you, that gives you breakfast. You know, breakfast on bed. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Lennox. And once again, I will still bring Lennox, because Lennox normally bring to us what happens in Migori County and beyond, and the neighboring county, and what happens in Migori town.
Yeah.
That is news. So you thought you'll be going away for some time, but now you're back. Please brief us of what's happening.
No, I might be away next week. You know, next week my home church will be having its camp meeting. So maybe for the whole week I might not be around.
You might.
Yeah. But okay, I will not be around. Let me make you sure, because you know, number one, I am one of the committee members in charge of the camp meeting. And again, I am always in charge of translation. So next week, just our dear viewers, next week, if you see me missing, don't worry.
So
just know
you
I'll
translate from
the Luo to Kiswahili.
Kiswahili.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet you try this. I bet you try this for me. A preacher is preaching, and he said, "Gik mane dede ochamo."
So you want me to translate that?
Yes. We have to test you to see whether you are equal to the task.
Vile vitu ambavyo vilikulwa na nzige vitarudishwa na Mungu. Yeah.
My friend, you are good. Tawendo kiwe yere. Ngero moro na go Israel ni awendo kiwe yere.
Sasa sio ni mtoto wa nyoka ni nyoka. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now proceed.
It's only that now the animals have changed. Like the proverb is all the same. Yeah. Okay. Now a lot happened yesterday and a night before yesterday. The students at Kodera Bara boys became rowdy the other night, and they decided to vandalize school property. They burnt down a dormitory and all that. So kisa na sababu ni kwamba kuna yule kiongozi wa shule, the school president, alipata mmoja wa wanafunzi na simu rununu. And you know it is an offense to have a phone in school. Even at the time when we were going to school, when we used to go to school, it was an offense. The moment you were found in possession of a phone, you will be sent home, and you come back with a consumer unit. I don't know how much a consumer unit costed, but that was the punishment. and then once you come back, you again being you will be told to go and buy some electrical wires and all that. So that's what happened, and the school prefect now wanted to at least follow the school rules, because he took the phone as it is the norm, and now, you know, other students became rowdy. They were opposing that act of the school president taking the phone, and so they decided no, it should not be this way. So according to the students, that boy was punished by the school president, of which it was not confirmed by the authorities, but the authorities confirmed that the school was closed indefinitely for around 30 days, and then learning will resume, of which now the school will communicate to the parents when the learning will resume. But one thing I always hate with such demonstration is that the school might, because the waliharibu computers, waliharibu ofisi ya mwalimu mkuu na ofisi zingine. So you know, I'm just imagining how much the students will be forced to go back with to school, because the school might decide that each student to bring 10,000 for the destruction costs, which is normal. And again, you will be told that clear all the balances, the FRS you have. So I am imagining, you know, me personally, when I did my Form 4, I had a school FRS of around 60,000 unpaid, which I paid later. So I am imagining that a parent has got a balance of over 50,000. Then you're telling this parent, come back with full school fee, and again on top of that, bring us 10,000 for the damage cost. So I am imagining this kind of stress maybe a parent is currently going through because of such a stupid act of a student. You know, it is something, and then I was watching that clip, and I believe you watched it, how those students were speaking. They were not speaking English, they were not speaking Kiswahili. I don't know the kind of language they were speaking.
You could connect English, Kiswahili, collect English here, Kiswahili there.
Then you just wonder what's happening. Then you just begin to wonder what kind of children are we raising.
You see, on that there's one thing that we must realize. And it is very, very important that we know this, and we educate our children. Number one, banning school is not a way to go.
Yeah.
That's number one. It shows that you're very indisciplined. And I believe that child, it is not going to be easy for that child, that student who failed everything, to get opportunity to be readmitted in the same school.
Yeah.
That's number one. Number two, no school will be ready to
admit such a student.
Yeah. So you find out that it always comes with a lot of complications
and repercussions.
Although students do not know. And especially I did see some students going on air, like coming out publicly to explain what happened. Especially those who are captured within the camera. And number one, it is very unfortunate that I don't believe there is any school that will be willing to admit such students in their school, because number one, they were not remorseful. They were not even sorry about what happened.
They were proud of what they did.
They
were really proud. They were full of pride.
And I think all this stems or begins from upbringing. And upbringing is normally brought about by what the condition, the environment that the government has created for the parents and the children. Because the other time we did hear some women from Migori were complaining during the Saba demonstration. And they were saying that at the moment as we speak, we have a big challenge and it is the government who has brought all these things on board. Why? Children says they know they are right. They cannot be disciplined at home.
Yeah.
If you discipline a child, you are taken to court, and you find that it is very hard even for the parents. They don't know what to do with the kids, and I'm very sorry to say that if we are not careful, then the coming generation are going to be a very bad and rotten generation. That's something that needs to be dealt with, and I really pray that the government will give this another side, will look at it differently. But banning the school, destroying, touching the head teacher's office, it is not right. And
the county director of education in Migori County, Jacob Onyego, confirmed that around 15 suspects are still being investigated, and the suspects are students. So we just hope that the investigation will be done as quick as possible. And you know, the demonstration reminded me of a time when how do we call it? I think I was in the university, and then I was in long holiday. Then unfortunately the people who were in school at that time, they staged a protest and they demonstrated. You know, there was one culprit who was known as, his nickname was ODM. That was his nickname, and he was suspended because he was captured on camera as there were around 5 people who were suspended, who are leading the demonstration. And the people who were at the school at that time really suffered, because you had to go with around 20,000 shillings. Then you go back to school with the complete school fees. So you can imagine. So, and then I really pity the young parents like us, like me and you. I just looked at the clip and I was like, will I also raise such kind of a child, or such kind of a kid who will be able to stage a protest? You know, you have a man in the house. Me, I have a lady in the house. So I'm just imagining how these kids will grow up, because if those young students can take such an action, so what of the generation to come? I think it is going to be a great challenge, but we really hope that everything is going to change, and a lot of discipline should be enforced in the learning institutions, especially in high schools. Because if we don't do that, we are not going to have a generation. We are not going to have a society where people can live peacefully, because it has become as a result from what we have witnessed from the Gen Zs, no talk. They don't have time for talk. Yeah, they don't have time for dialogue, but they have time for distraction.
And that is not good for the country. It is not good for the society. I wonder, because I remember in the past when I was growing up, even if you are out of school and you've done something which the community sees as a vice, you will be punished. The community, and in fact, and you'll be punished there.
In fact, the person will punish you right there, and then he will be the first person to report to your parents that I caught Gagi doing this and this, and I punished him. And remember, the moment you get home, you will again be punished.
Yes, actually, so you just pray that the punishment you are given stops from there.
Stops from there.
You go home. You don't want to mention it,
so,
because
and you know, most of the time it's our mothers who are at home most of the time.
Yeah.
So you'll be punished by your mother. So the moment your dad comes back,
yes, your mother will tell your dad.
And
your dad will again
punish you.
So I was sharing with a friend about how we grew up.
Yeah.
And the truth be told, I loved how we grew up.
Yeah.
I really loved that because.
But do you think at some point in time, when you are growing up, you hated how you are growing up?
At some point, I hated, but I learned
because
looking at the generation that we have today, and since I have been transiting from that age bracket, and looking at what is happening, because number one, there are some things that now happens that you couldn't do then.
Yeah.
I remember I played football, and there was this famous football called Jojo Diambo Blackberry. But we played with him football, although I was in a different team, he was in a different team. I remember at a time when we were in the field playing, it was an open field, and it was also a road. There was a road passing in the middle of the field, and you are playing football, and the old man comes from the other direction, somebody elderly, either a man or a woman.
You stop the...
Everybody stands still, the ball is left there until that person passes, or if that person also enjoys the game, you say, can you tap for me the ball? So you tap the ball to him, and he plays with you kidogo, and akwambia, please endeleni tu. You see, that one, it is like you have the freedom. You're walking on the road. During those times we had paths. It is not like this day the roads are expanded. And somebody elderly is coming. You stand still, give the way until the man passes or the woman passes. Is when you continue with the journey. Those are things that I witnessed. You'll rarely see a gentleman or a young person of two different sexes, that is a boy and a girl, standing talking to each other along the road. You wouldn't see that. You could not say that. And I really wonder what happened. Today, you find them standing on the roadside, broad daylight. I'm not against hugging, because I also have my friends. I meet them for a long time, I will give them a hug. But to an extent that they even kiss publicly on the road, along the road, they kiss publicly and they move, and people pass there. So you find out that it imposes a big challenge to our society. We didn't see these things. These things we didn't see. They were not there. And a child was a communal responsibility.
Yeah.
Being a child, you become a responsibility of the whole community. If you had done a mistake, whoever elderly was there was to discipline you there. And if there was a way that any child needed a help, the whole community again would come up together and give their support. Like I remember there were some students who did not come from a well-off family. Remember, the community would come together, do a fund drive, and take the child to school. But these days, if your parents is not proactive enough, and you come from a family that is not well off, then your chances of continuing the education, in case you don't have a way to pay school fee, are very minimal.
Yeah.
So I missed that society. I missed that society when there was discipline, when there was respect, when there was a fear, not fear that something will harm you, but fear of doing something which is not right. But today, they will talk to you shit. I've had young boys talking to their mothers, and they tell their mothers, I've been a teacher at some point, and I've been a head school teacher. And you realize that parents bring issues of a little boy that you look at him and you wonder, where did you even get the guts, the courage to speak to your mom in that manner? And not only boys, girls equally. So that there's a mix up somewhere. There's something that we are losing, and we have to retrace back our steps. If not, then the society we are going to have is going to be a very bad society that you would not even admire to live in.
So and again, the governor yesterday was in Rongo issuing checks, and funny thing is that the same empowerment checks that the government was issuing were issued on Saturday by the MP for Rongo, Paul Abor. So I don't know whether there is a tussle between the governor and the MP, that one we are yet to find out.
Help me understand. How was it the same check? Or
Okay,
the
there was this women empowerment program that took place the other weekend at Rongo, and now it came a time to issue the checks to the women, to the Arambe, which was done. So it's like the MP organized his, and the governor also organized his. But you know, when the MP was organizing, the governor was away, and I was made to understand that the initiative was a joint initiative by the governor and the MP for Rongo. And now kulikuwa na posta ilitokelezea ya governor na Abur yenye ilikuwa inasema hiyo function ilikuwa inafaa kuwa jana, and then there was another separate one by Abur alone which was stating that the function would be held on Saturday, as it did happen. Now I don't know what happened, I don't know the problem, but we saw the governor also issued checks. But one thing that came out of the event is that the people of Rongo cried that there are no medicine in Rongo Referral Hospital, and the governor promised to ensure that there are medicines, or rather there is medicine at the facility. But you know, this comes after, I think we went together with you in the story, whereby the county was already distributing drugs to all the facilities around. So I don't know whether there are some people who are stealing these medicines, or rather these drugs, or what. So I think that is something that we really need to work on and see hizi dawa zinapotea na wapi, because if they are being distributed, then there is someone who is sabotaging someone to make someone looks like he is failing.
Yeah.
So this someone who is sabotaging someone, maybe anaiba hizi dawa katikati hapa katikati.
But again, when you look at it, the other time when we were doing the story, we were told by the chief officer, if you remember, she told us that some of these medicines that are being distributed are to go to the dispensaries.
Yeah.
So I think, but they said that they are yet to receive another consignment.
Yeah.
Which I believe, you know, the truth be told, medicine, people use medicine every day.
Yeah.
People use medicine every day, and it is one of the things that are that are very vital in our community.
Yeah.
So we believe, since the governor had promised, we believe that they will be receiving medicines. And from then, I've never had people complaining there's no medicine
in the dispensaries.
In the dispensaries.
So we hope that very soon the referral hospitals will also get their share of drugs. Okay.
Only that is what we had from you.
I think only that. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And we switch gears to different headlines from different newspapers. You are there and you are wondering which newspaper to grasp and read. We are here to give you a brief of what to expect or what is in the different newspapers across the Republic of Kenya. Now we begin with the Standard newspaper. The Standard newspaper, the headline is cornered by the public. Cornered by the public. You can see there that is a flood of disapproval from an increasing frustrated citizenry yesterday pushed the struggling director of public prosecution to drop the far-fetched terrorism charge against rights activist Boniface Mwangi. The DPP later issued a press statement defending the decision to level such bizarre charges against activist critics of the Ruto administration and protesters after the DCI terrorism claim against Mwangi failed the test and were dropped from the charge sheet. Kenyans now want the outrage charges against 37 others withdrawn as well. Now, we know Boniface Mwangi has been going to court in and out, and the office of DPP had floated the charges against him as terrorism. but the court dropped those charges. They say those charges, whatever Boniface Mwangi did not warrant, does not meet the threshold to be called terror acts, and it was were dropped. Now we see some other activists coming up, and the public coming up demanding even those who were arrested during the demonstration should be released. It is clear that Boniface Mwangi was released. What is your take about what is happening now? The public wants to assume the role of judge.
You know, let the judiciary do its work as it is stipulated in the law. I believe those who are arrested during the Sabasaba protest and on 25th, they are still suspects. You know, you are guilty. How do we call it?
You're not guilty
until you're not guilty until proven otherwise. So they are still suspects. They are just still being how do we? Are they being held accountable?
They are. You see, once you are arrested, you are charged in the court of law, and so whoever arrests you must provide what they're charging you with. So that is what's happening.
So let us wait for the judgment to be done. Let us wait for the court. Because you know a matter which is in the court, you can't comment on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That is on the People Daily. That is on the Standard newspaper. Now looking at Taifa Leo, tukiangazia gazeti ya Taifa Leo tunapata kwamba kila serikali na umbwa kali wake, kila serikali ina umbwa kali wake. Na pia unaona hapa kuna picha ya aliyekuwa rais mstaafu na hayati. Tunaona hapa Daniel Arap Moi alikuwa na kikosi kinaitwa kikosi cha Special Parak. Hicho ni kikosi alichokuwa kitumia ili aweze kupoesha watu wakitaka kuandamana, mambo kama hayo anawatuliza. Na pia tunaona aliyekuwa rais ambapo sasa hivi yuko pamoja nasi, naye ni Emilio Stanley Mwai Kibaki, naye pia alikuwa na kikosi chake, umbwa kali wake unaitwa Kwekwe Flying Squad, naye pia alikuwa na Kwekwe Flying Squad. Naona pale iko pale. Na pia tunaona rais aliyestaafu Uhuru Kenyatta pia. Tunaona pia alikuwa na kikosi chake cha Special Service, pia yuko pale. Na pia tunaona rais wa sasa hivi inaaminika pia yeye pia kuna kikosi chake.
Kinaitwa namna gani?
Inaitwa Mdasia, kikosi cha 101. Hicho ndio umbwa kali anachotumia kutuliza wakati mambo yametokezea, kuna mambo makali, anaachilia umbwa zake, wanakuja pale wanatuliza mambo. Waweza kusemaje? Na pia tunaona picha ya polisi pale, askari pale, wale ambao wanalinda usalama pale, wako pale wamejihami. Hiyo ni picha. Unasemaje kuhusu jinsi mambo yamekuwa yakiendelea? Ni vibaya kukuwa na kikosi chako?
I think it is something normal to have your kikosi, because you know even here in Migori County nasikia kuna kikosi kinaitwa Kich. Nyuni. Si nyuni lakini inaitwaje? Nyuki. Nyuki. So I think it is normal. Power must be protected. But how do you protect it? Yeah. So it is normal to have your kikosi. Yeah, even in Homa Bay, when Ongondowere died, I was made to understand that there's kikosi. Yeah, even in Siaya, I believe there's kikosi. Even in Kisumu, I believe there's kikosi. Lazima kuwe na kikosi chako. Yeah, so I think it is normal. It is something normal, but let them do it with decorum, like they should follow the law. How do you tuliza watu ambao wanaandamana? Like how do you tuliza watu ambao wanakuchukia? Because a leader, si kila mtu atakupenda. Yeah, as a leader you must be ready that there are people who will love you. There are people who will not love you no matter what.
They will hate you in equal measure.
Yeah. So you have just to bear the fact that there are people who will hate you. So you don't have to use force for people to love you. Not everybody will love you. Not everybody. So it is normal to have your kikosi. Na unajua hao ndo watu ambao most of the time they are people who will take an action blindly, then they come to you, kiongozi, we've done this and this. Like the other time, like on last Saturday in a function at Rongo, there are people allied to a particular leader who met someone who is a brother to a critic to this leader. You know, once your brothers kuna venye huwa mnafanana kidogo. Yeah. So they met someone who loves their leader, but he is a brother to the critic, to someone who criticizes their leader. This person received a very serious beating.
They descended on him.
Yeah. Walimpiga. Alafu mtu ndiye akakuja akamwokoa. No, huyu si yeye. Huyu ni ndugu yake, and huyu anatupendanga. Huyu ako kwa kampi yetu. You see? Huyu si yeye. Huyu si yeye. Alafu, so you see, you find that most of the time they will do things blindly, then they go to kiongozi. Tulipata mmoja wa sorry for that. Tulipata imeenda. Continue.
Yani kikohozi hataki utualitie.
So yeah, it's coming back. So you find that most of the time they will do such nasty things, then they go back to the kiongozi telling tulipata opponent weight, and we really did the right thing. So you know, so hicho ndio kikosi sasa.
But I think in as much as this is that they are doing it not with a bad motive, but just to ensure that there is security enough for the president and the Republic of Kenya. I don't see any crime in that.
But the most of the time you find that it is full of violence, like the scenario I've just told you. You know what? Kile ni kikosi cha yule kiongozi. Alafu wamepatana na mtu ambaye wanamshuku tu. Okay, the same happened when Ida came to, you know, there are a lot of things that the same happened when Ida came to Uriri. Just recently. And you know, when Ida Odinga was leaving, several leaders also left. Then there's one guy who is allied to a particular leader. And then suddenly, I don't know how it happened that lile gari ambalo walipanda lilimwacha. So the moment he was left, the opponent to this particular leader he is aligned to walimpata huko Uriri. And you know, sasa huko, let me just say, huko sasa ni ngome ya mwanasiasa huyo ambaye kiongozi wake amekuwa kipinga. Jamaa alipigwa kanyang'anywa hadi simu. And tuliona venye alikuwa anapigwa. So ilitubidi tuweze kumuokoa. We just went to the people, talked to them, and then they were like, huyu jamaa ni rafiki wa siji fulani na anatupinganga siji nini. Sasa leo tumempata, tunamfanyisha kazi kidogo. So you see, it is just, the kikosi is just there to protect power and to protect your unga. Unajua mali unapata. But the problem is that they involve violence in it.
Yeah, that's the worst part of it. Now looking at the Daily Nation, eye on judiciary. As the state turns up heat on critics. Now you can still stories. It is like the similar story as that which is in the Standard newspaper that involve the judiciary in the Boniface Mwangi and those who criticize the government. That's the activist. While here we also see Business Daily, 58 SACCOs face auction over 1 billion unpaid Cusco loans. So I think this also we need to talk about, and we need to help our people understand. Right now, up, it is like SACCOs are giving birth every day. They are birthed every day. You find this group as a circle, this group as a circle, this group as a circle. But the big question I ask, do they know the regulations? Do they know the rules? Do you know if you're a circle, there are some things that you must do. There are some returns that you must do. There are some payments that you must do to Cusco.
Yeah.
And all that. So I think also circles need to be educated. You can also check that and more. Now we get into the newspaper that we are to look at today, that is People Daily newspaper, and we see what is here. That is Ruto Raila Pact opens. Ruto Raila Pact opens battle for ODM bedroom. Now that is what we are having there.
I think this one is in line with the by-elections that are set to take place across the country.
Yes, actually, in Raila's bedroom we have two major by-elections.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that one is Ugunja
and Kasipul.
And Kasipul.
Yes.
So I think. Do you think that UDA will stage a candidate in those areas?
Most probably yes. Most probably yes, because you see, ODM is a party.
UDA is a party.
UDA is a party.
But they are working together right now.
They are working together. But that does not bar one from failing a candidate to vie for that position. I strongly believe in that.
So let's wait and see.
So let us look
how things will unfold.
Now getting to page 2, now we are going to move with speed. Family outlines series of events ahead of 8th August. Asio's burial. Asio will be buried on August 8th. And the families are outlining activities, series of events that will take place before the burial
takes place.
Asio.
Yeah.
Now her body will arrive on August 4th, and she will be buried at Wikondiek
village
on August 8th. That's when Asio will be buried. She will be buried in Karachuanyo. So it is going to be a great event. That's going to be a big event. Please keep following and find out what will take place. And another story that is inspiring on the same page: Kilifi County Assembly elect first female speaker.
Yeah.
Now Kilifi County goes on record as one of the country to elect the first woman as the speaker, female as the speaker. Now a story by Ronald Mwazombo.
Yeah.
Kilifi County Assembly has elected the first women speaker, a move that has been hailed as a major milestone for women empowerment. You can also read that story and much more comprehensively. And also we see women's mission to fight FGM and rescue oppressed girls. That is a story also is there on page 3. You can check that. As soon as some girls reached adolescent, men begin making plans to marry them, pay dowry, then after an illegal act, they are officially handed over as wives. Now, I'm very sorry that this actually happens mostly in our neighboring sub-county. Our neighboring sub-county, sorry.
Yeah.
That is
our neighboring community.
Yeah, neighboring community.
Yeah.
They practice FGM and they also practice early marriage.
Yeah.
I had witnessed there. Sometimes I was working there, and I've gotten a lot of story. In as much as the government try to press this down, in as much as they want to eradicate this, you find that it has become a norm.
Yeah.
That if a lady does not undergo FGM, then most probably you are treated as somebody, a lady who is not even worth, like nobody. People don't look at you as you worth it. And I also witnessed something, although off record. I was working with a guy, and I just asked because I saw a very young girl whom I believe should have been in school and most probably in either class 8 or 7, and he was working with a guy, and I asked, that was it was in Timaru, no, not in Timaru, Kegonga.
Kegonga.
So I asked the guy I was working with, and the guy told me that he has married that one newly, that's the new wife, and the guy is old. So I didn't want to ask much because again
You are in a strange land.
I'm not profiling the community, but I witnessed some very funny thing that.
Okay, you know most of the time we always have a surge in the act, especially when it comes to December as a month, beginning mid-November towards December. We always have a surge in the act whereby girls from that community, men from that community, they are okay. They undergo through the initiation, or rather the bad vice of circumcision, and you know, at that point in time, they're always very fierce, and they're ready to attack any enemy. And you will see them walking along the road, celebrating, chanting, singing victorious songs and all that. But I'm very happy that there are several agenda actors and several people who have come out to at least educate them on how to live this act, because it is very number one, it is very harmful to the girl child. Number two, it exposes the girl child to early marriage, because to them once to these communities, because it is all not only our neighbors, we have several neighbors, several communities which are still performing the act. The moment you have undergone such an act, then it means that you are ready and ripe for marriage, which is very bad, because you go into a marriage when you are still young and naive, and then again you drop out of school. It is something that it is really sad when you want to unataka kuteseka maisha yako yote because you dropped out of school, you left school and all that. So we just hope that by 2030 it will be a thing of the past. Just like, you know, nowadays beating a woman, it is something of the past. But you know, kitambo, it was something normal.
Yeah.
It was something normal that even your brother could beat your wife on your behalf.
And your brother beats your wife.
Yeah, you are away, hauko. And then your brother sees your wife amefanya kosa fulani, then he will just pounce on your wife and beat him. You know, maybe kitambo, I don't know how people lived. Like your brother could even beat your wife on your behalf for you. You know, those are things of the past. We nowadays, once you assault a woman, or rather a woman assaults you, then the law will take its course.
Now the funny part of it, when you assault the woman, the law will take its course.
Yeah.
But when a woman assaults you, right?
People don't come out to speak. That's where the problem is now. Anyway.
Because you can't say, I imagine now Lennox is coming out and say, Isaiah, I'm going to court, you know, my wife slapped me. I'm going to report that to the police.
My wife slapped me. My wife beat me.
So you're going to the police to report that.
But you know the funny thing with
the police themselves will laugh at you.
We laugh at you. They will be like,
they will call you.
They will be like, but they. Okay, a friend of mine once went to the police station to report that just a girlfriend came to his house, assaulted him, told him all sorts of things. So when this guy went to the police station to report, one of the police officers were like, "What? Are you serious? Mimi ingekuwa ni zile enzi zangu." Like the police officer was imagining that maybe the lady went there so that at least they can engage themselves into intimacy. Ati mimi singewacha. Mimi ati sasa wewe unamfukuza me. So you know, the guy came back and he was like, so what was that police officer telling me? I went to seek refuge from them and then they mock me. So you know, the guy was like, I think I will never go back there. So you know, the next time the lady came insulting the guy, jamaa alikasirika akikumbuka the other time he went to report, the police insulted him, mocked him. Now akachukua, he took the law into his hand. Now he assaulted the lady, alimpiga. Now the lady goes to the police station,
and the guy is arrested,
and the guy
now look at
is arrested. Now when the guy went there, he found the same police officer. Then he told him, are you not the same person I came to seek refuge from, and you told me all sorts of nasty things. Now I took the law into my hands. So where is my crime? You know, when the OCS had that, he just had to let the guy go. Because number one, this is a victim of how do you call it?
A circumstance.
A victim of circumstances. So sometimes it's our security officers who fails us. Yeah.
Okay, but again, it is funny. Imagine, I want you to imagine it. Now I am meeting you along the road, that you are going to a police station to report that your wife slaps you, and with the boldness, and they tell me, you know, my wife slapped me, so you say, well, yourself, you're laughing at it, at that statement.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You just get out of the house.
That's the point where you realize that a boy child is very
is under siege.
Disadvantage. It's under siege. So that is it. And also, you want to say something?
No.
Okay. Still moving to page 4. Ruto-Raila Pact reshape 2027 race dynamics.
Yeah.
One thing that I'm foreseeing, if any case, if by chance Raila steps backward and says 2027 I'm backing President William Ruto, then I'm going to see that many people, especially from ODM stronghold, that is, let me take for example let me say a scenario like in Migori County. We have the governor is ODM member, and there are some people who are also eyeing that seat come 2027. And if by chance Raila backs Ruto come 2027, then let me tell you, nobody is going to unseat the governor of the day. Do you know why? This is my simple analysis. When you form a pact, there is always an agreement that I will not touch on your backyard. You also don't touch on my backyard. But let us work, because they are going to form a coalition. And once a coalition is formed, it is like this coalition must have many members of the parliament, and that is what's going to help in the bargaining in the parliament. So if by chance there's a coalition that is formed between ODM and UDA, then it means the strongholds that President William Ruto is going to remain for him. The stronghold for ODM, Raila Odinga, is going to remain for him. So anybody who is going to come up, you want to vie for the same position where there is ODM and where these people have agreed that let this person be the governor, it is not going to be easy. I don't know whether you look at it with a different eye, but that is my analysis.
You know, with me, I'm really waiting to confirm whether Raila Amolo Odinga will really support President William Ruto. I think that's when I'll make my comment.
Okay.
Politics is dynamic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Page 5.
Yeah.
Security laws. Mount Kenya leaders face their creation. Now that is from James Orengo.
Yeah.
He's saying what Mount Kenya is facing today is what they created. The county security agencies now wield the very tools critics had warned against during President Uhuru Kenyatta's reign. What they created is now what's happening. And Orang has been so much into prophecy when it comes to politics. And he's saying, this is you people created it. Now it is what you people are now facing.
You know, everything we see in the country is just a matter of politics, and everyone, as a politician, you have to serve your own interests. So I don't know, but let us wait and see what will unfold come 2027. And because we've always known Raila as someone who also wants to be the president of Kenya. But then some people also say that he doesn't really want to be the president of Kenya. So let's just hope and see what will happen towards the next general election.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boniface Mwangi freed on 1 million bond as state drops terror charges. You can also see that that's the activist released on bond 1 million Kenya shillings, and the terror charges against him are dropped. You can also check that, and that is on page 6. On the same page 6, this is very important to our mothers and to our ladies and to everybody. Breastfeeding is a magic bullet in saving child's life. I learned that when I was growing up, that mother's milk is very essential, contains nutrient content. So this calls for women to exercise what is known as
exclusive breastfeeding.
Exclusive breastfeeding.
And you know, this comes at a time when we will be marking a World Breastfeeding Week.
Yes.
As from 1st August to 7th August, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
And it will be launched officially at Rongo University on 5th of August. Yes. So on 5th of August, barabara zote zinaelekea Rongo University. Yeah.
Okay. That is great. So we urge our mothers, stakeholders, raise red flag over 2027 election violence. There are some people are now predicting that come 2027 there might be election violence. But we really hope that the elections are going to be peaceful.
We really don't want to see what happened in 2007, what really happened in 2013 and 2017 and even 2022. We really need a peaceful election. Yeah.
Okay, page 8, questions over railways 34 billion loan. Remember, for the construction of standard gauge railway, the Kenyan acquired loan. Now there are questions where these loans, how are they going to be paid, and all that. You can also check that. That is on page 8 of the People Daily newspaper. Now today, I want to just look at the quotes of the day.
Yeah.
Quoted today. Then after that, we just wind up. And I'm lucky today. I'm taking all the quotes of the day. Then you wind up the show. One from Prime Minister, former Prime Minister ODM leader Raila Odinga. Inasema, former President Kenyatta knew I had strong reservations about engaging with President Ruto during last year's youth protest, but he pleaded with me, saying, for the sake of the country, you must find a way to talk to him. So Raila is saying that Uhuru Kenyatta knew so well that he had difficulty speaking to Ruto, but the president urged him to find a way of talking.
So the whole idea of broad-based government began with Uhuru Kenyatta.
So that is what he's saying. And also
but Uhuru Kenyatta was a very peaceful man. Yeah.
So we also see here Jerry Savuto Charitable Foundation founder Pauline Tombura. My sister came to my rescue. She was already a victim herself, but believed in me as a bright young girl. She shielded me from the cat. That moment changed my life. You can also check on that. And also we see Biwe Group CEO Stefan Cooper. We are seeking highly motivated young people who have completed vocational training at least 3 years, have good school education, good mindset, and German language competency. Now we see a small window of job creation in the Republic of Kenya. You can also check that and read much more comprehensively. Because of the interest of time, we have to bring this to a close. Now let me welcome Lennox Odede to wind up the show for us. Thank you so much. I'm Gaga Isaiah. Meet you tomorrow, the same place, the same time.
Thank you so much for staying with us, and thank you so much for watching BTV Vibrant Morning, and thank you so much for being our loyal viewer. Thank you so much, and have a lovely day. I'm Odede.
Using one finger to blow out this fire seems